What's up, YouTube? It's Sydney Island here. That's Island with the Y, not an S. And as you can tell by the title, I am talking about who? Who? Summer Walker. Who is Summer Walker? For those of y'all who don't know, Summer Walker is an R&B singer. She is the same age as me. She's 23 years old. She is a black female who has social anxiety. I'm not even going to say who claims to have social anxiety. I think it's obvious that she has social anxiety based upon the way that she acts in her interviews. But unfortunately, you have people in the media and people in the celebrity world who deny her social anxiety, who say that it's fake, who say that she's faking and that she's making excuses for canceling her tour dates and stuff like that. So I just want to get into this. Mostly because I'm a 23-year-old black girl who was into singing R&B, soul music like her, who has social anxiety like her. And it's just a very kind of a triggering topic because it's so relatable. Like her having social anxiety is so relatable. So I got my notes and we just gonna go down and talk about what I got listed. So in my notes I put that she canceled over 20 tour dates due to social anxiety, right? And she was criticized also for this. She was criticized for canceling her tour dates, and she was also criticized for, not hugging her fans and not being social with them during meet and greets and stuff like that. Which I work at Victoria's Secret, and lately it's been nothing but crowds, like crowd upon crowd upon crowd, like just a lot of people. And for me, like I had a panic attack twice because it's just overbearing. And Summer Walker did mention that she's an empath and that transference of energy from that many people each day will literally, she said, from that many people each day will literally kill me. And that's why she wouldn't hug fans and stuff like that. And that's also relatable. A lot of people who are empaths, people who are, more what they call like psychic or clairvoyant and stuff like that, um, which this is part of the reason why I have social anxiety in the first place, is because I feel all this energy. When I walk into a room and there's a whole bunch of people, I just feel like if somebody is near me and they're depressed, I automatically just know that they're depressed and I feel depressed. And they're not even telling me that they're depressed. I just feel it. And this is a common thing with women anyways. Women are very empathic and intuitive. I experienced this, okay? So I get it. You're already an empath. You already know yourself. Like she's 23, she knows by now that she has social anxiety, right? And then you have this demanding schedule, this demanding schedule of be here this time. You have to perform in front of thousands of people, all these people all watching you. I feel that because even at work, dealing with this big crowd of people, I know everybody's not looking at me, but I feel nervous that everybody's looking at me, And imagine the fact is, everybody really is looking at her. She's not imagining it. And I can tell by her body language, having social anxiety myself, I can tell by her body language that she has social anxiety. And my issue with this whole thing is that people, her being a black girl, people dismiss it. People treat it as if she's she's making it up, and like why would you do something like that? Why would you make up social anxiety? Who wants social anxiety? It's not a glamorous thing to have. Like social anxiety is torture. And she like posted this long like thing on Instagram explaining how torturous it is to have social anxiety and how depressing it is. She mentioned that it affects her romantic relationships, that it affects her friendships, and she doesn't have a lot of friends and she finds it hard to open up to people, and just talking to people, she said it's torture. And she said that she freezes up and stuff like that. And watching her interviews, I could tell like she would just sit there kind of like like in a ball a little bit, just with her shoulders slumped over. Like her performance at the Tiny Desk concert, which was great, by the way. Like her voice is amazing, her music is amazing. um she was clutching a tiny pink monkey to comfort her, which she named Friend, right? And she clearly has social anxiety, and people respond so negatively. I just feel that if she was a white girl, people would take it more seriously. People would be more like, oh, we support you, Summer. We get it. Social anxiety is hard. It affects a lot of people. Take your time, honey. Like, I'm not saying that everybody's going to be that way and that everybody's the same, but it's just, it's the way that people immediately react so negatively to her saying that she has social anxiety. And of course, it's not everybody. There's some people out there who, is saying, I get it. Like even looking at the comment section on her Tiny Desk concert. And by the way, Tiny Desk concert is a little mini concert. They have like um, these little concerts on YouTube of musicians performing behind a tiny desk, really. And she even admitted at the end of that video that she had social anxiety, and she said she was really excited to be there. It's just that, the social anxiety is really getting to her. And I just think that social anxiety is not taken seriously amongst black people. Like, let's not even talk about, the like white on black racial issues. Let's talk about black on black. Like Wendy Williams, having like just making fun of her pretty much, having his big picture of Summer Walker in a kind of showy outfit, saying, "Is this the outfit of somebody who has social anxiety?" And then everybody's like kind of laughing in the audience, and it's really not funny to take somebody's mental disorder and make a joke out of it. I'm not commenting for Wendy Williams. I don't know this woman at all. I don't even watch her TV show. I don't know anything about her. All I'm saying is I just saw this clip, and it's just sad because she's a black woman. And why can't us black women uplift each other? You showing a little bit of your boobs, you got a little bit of cleavage, you showing your belly, you ain't got social anxiety. Stop lying, girl. Like, really? Really? First of all, my issues with this whole situation is that the girl is 23 years old. Like, yes, you're an adult, but you're also still very young. And just like 5 years ago, she was a teenager. So it's going to take time to build confidence. Like, confidence sometimes, if you're not the type of person that already is confident, like right off the bat, if you're already just like not born that way, it takes years to build up confidence. It takes years to build up self-esteem if you're just not that person naturally. And clearly Summer Walker is not. She gave a speech at I think it was the BT Awards or something, and she got an award, and she was standing there looking terrified, and she gave a really short speech and was scared, and then people clapped back and was making jokes about it, and they made memes about it, and I get it. When you're not in that person's life personally, you kind of look at it from a very impersonal standpoint. You kind of look at it as something that is far from you or disconnected from you because she's not in your life and you don't know her personally and you don't know what's really going on with her. So it's kind of easy to make assumptions. It's easy to make jokes because even I do it, like with celebrities, and you see them acting goofy on TV, and you immediately say something negative because that person's not in the room. So it's easy to just say what you want to say and do funny little stuff on the internet over it. But you also have to keep into consideration that this is a real human being, and this is a fragile young woman who is going through some things. And yes, it is disappointing for her to cancel her tour for those who really wanted to see it. But she's a human being, and she got to take care of herself too. Y'all love her and that's great, but how could she give y'all what y'all want if she's not even taking care of herself? Like, don't y'all want a good performance? I don't know. I just feel some type of way because watching her perform at the Tiny Desk concert, it was just so relatable because like she had these glasses on and she just reminded me of myself, and it was crazy because while I was watching her, I'm like, she kind of reminded me of me. And then I had a friend like a couple weeks later who was like, I told her that I was into making music and I sang and I wrote songs, mostly behind closed doors. I do have a song on this YouTube channel called Scorpionic, but it's not a personal song. It's not a song that's like close to my heart. So go check that out, by the way. I'll put that in the link I'll put the link for that in the description box below. And also, by the way, I also get anxiety filming videos. Let's let me say that. It's weird. There's nobody else in the room. But because I know that people will eventually see this, like, I have anxiety right now. Like, it's not as bad as if I'm in a crowd of people. But let's also talk about how Summer Walker, she started off, on YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that. And why do y'all expect for her to be prepared for fame? Why do y'all expect for her to be so ready to do all this when she got famous from making a video in her own enclosed space by herself? It's not going to be as difficult to film a video of yourself in your room alone as it will be to perform those songs with other, like, thousands of people watching you. That is two completely different energies. You got your bedroom, And then you got a whole room of people, thousands of people. Your bedroom and you and your bed, and then all those people. So be compassionate. That's all I'm trying to say. And also, it's just this issue of black women and just black people don't take black people seriously. Black people don't take mental health seriously. Which is like, girl, you alright. You know, you ain't depressed, girl. F depression. Like, us black people, we need to be more evolved when it comes to mental health. We need to start researching about what it means to have social anxiety, what it means to have generalized anxiety, which I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder 5 years ago. What it means to have that, what it means to have bipolar disorder, what does it mean to be schizophrenic, what does this mean? Instead of acting like that all of this is just some made up white man stuff, because it's not. You don't have to, you can be any race and be nervous when somebody's talking to you. It has nothing to do with race. And I guess that people, it's because in the black community we get this idea that, you know, it's kind of white words, as some black people would say, white words, like just, you know, medical doctor type words, that it just doesn't apply to us, that it only applies to white people, because it's I don't know, I guess people just feel like it was, like all of the ideas was created from a white mind, so they feel that it doesn't pertain to any other mind but the white mind. But that's not true. Okay? Science is universal. It doesn't only come from white people. We have scientists of all different races out here, and a lot of the scientific discoveries was discovered by Africans and, you know, all types of people of different races way back when. White people was not the only people who was curious about the world, who was curious about the mind. Things have changed though, and it just seems as though white people have kind of, you know, taken over that world. I'm definitely going to make other videos about mental health in the black community, because it's definitely an issue. Like, I myself struggle with just going to work and being socially like awkward and feeling nervous, and having the weight and carrying the burden of feeling like that because I'm a black woman. People won't understand it, or they won't believe it. They'll think I'm faking, or that I just need to get over it. Like, girl, you a black woman, like, get over it, you know? And I have tried so much to do that to myself. When I would be, you know, nervous at work and stuff, I'd be like, you know, you a black woman, you need to get over it. And then I would never really get over it, because that's not how you cope with generalized anxiety disorder. You don't cope with it by saying, I'm a black woman. But because of your race, because of the color of your skin and the shape of your features, you can't have a mental issue. It doesn't make any sense. Social anxiety and generalized anxiety and depression comes from trauma. And we all know black people, we dealt with a lot of that. Okay? Slavery. If anybody is going to be traumatized and have PTSD and anxiety and depression, it should be black people. Because we go through a lot. And can we be a little bit more empathetic towards black women? Oh my god, my battery died. Did my battery just die? Oh my god, my battery. Oh, please don't tell me. Okay, y'all, I gotta end this video. The bar jumped back up. I'm gonna have to put this in the charger. But anyways, I'm gonna end this video because I don't want it to die. So, peace out.